Privatization is a process in which the government transfers ownership of public institutions to the private sector in hopes of improving their performance and benefiting the economy. However, the outcomes of this process have often been controversial, with effects that extend far beyond the economy, impacting national sovereignty and public interest. Often governments deliberately worsen the conditions of public institutions to justify privatization. Incompetent officers are hired, resources are withheld, and mismanagement is encouraged. Corruption is allowed to flourish. Eventually, these institutions are presented as failed, so the public accepts the argument that they can no longer be run effectively by the state. When public institutions are privatized, they often end up in the hands of people close to the ruling powers. These may include powerful business tycoons or former officials who acquire institutions through front companies. This undermines transparency and violates the principles of fair wealth distribution. Sometimes, corrupt officials are intentionally placed in key roles to sabotage performance and justify privatization. These officers damage public trust through mismanagement. Once institutions are shut down or sold, these individuals are dismissed, but the damage is already done. When vital public institutions are handed over to private control, it can go against public welfare. Citizens are charged more for essential services. Oversight and government regulation are reduced. Private entities may prioritize profit over public needs. Privatizing public institutions can undermine a country's independence. The government loses control over pricing and service policies. Public needs and interests may be ignored. Over time, resources shift from the poor to the powerful, leading to inequality. Privatization is a complex and controversial process. If done transparently and strategically, it can benefit the economy. However, when it is carried out without accountability or clear planning, it harms the economy, the public, and national sovereignty. Governments must ensure transparency and protect public interest when dealing with state institutions. Rather than relying solely on privatization, structural reforms should be introduced to improve performance. This will allow institutions to function better for the public good, benefiting both the country and its citizens.